Hello everyone. We have completed MCQs from first question to 100. Now in this particular session, we'll study from 101 to the end. Okay, so we'll be completing all the MCQs which are there, which I consider very important and which actually was prepared by reading each and every line of your study material. Okay, let us start with question number 101. So list the sequence of layers in seven layer open system interconnection model to serve as a standard model for a network architecture. So you need to arrange these particular layers. So you have to see the options. You need to first decide whether you need to arrange from top to bottom or bottom to top. Then you need to select the right answer. As you all as you already know, so I'll be waiting for 30 seconds, okay, in order to mark your answer. Once your answer is marked, okay, so I'll explain how exactly this particular question has to be resolved and how exactly we have to arrive at the answer. Okay, so so I'll be breaking for 30 seconds. Okay, please mark your answer. So I'll read the question again. List the sequence of layers in seven layer open system interconnection model to serve as a standard model for network architecture. Okay, I hope you have answered this particular thing. Okay, now let us see. Okay, what are the seven layers which we'll be having in OSI model? So you in OSL model we have seven layers, but we need to see in which order we need. Okay, like let us say if you see option number A. Okay, so which is six. Okay, so he is asking from bottom to top. Okay, so you need to arrange them from bottom to top. So let us arrange them. Okay, so if you see A and C, which is physical layer, but if you see B, which is okay, 5 6 7 session layer. So session layer will not be in last or first layer, so we the option B is eliminated. So option B we need to eliminate. Okay, and we have three option. It can be A, it can be C, and it can be D. Okay, now let us see. Okay, the last layer is physical layer. So after physical layer you have okay, so let us see this particular layers because it is in inverted pattern. Okay, so let us see. So what exactly, how many layers we have, sir? Seven. APST, a application layer, presentation layer, session layer. Okay, so application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, then okay, network layer, data link layer. Okay, last one is okay, physical layer. So let us see, 1 2 3 4 plus 3 7. Okay, so what is the first one, sir? Physical layer. So option, which is the option? Okay, so physical layer is 6, so B is eliminated, as well eliminated. So what is the next top layer? Data link layer. So what is data link layer? It is 5. If you see option A and option C, both are 5, so we cannot distinguish, okay, between A and C. Now let us go to the third one, network layer. So network layer is okay, option number 4. So again, okay, A and C is also having option number 4. Okay, so let us see next one, transport layer. So transport layer, okay, is option 2. Okay, so A and C is also having option 2. Now, okay, option 2 is and transport layer. So next one is session layer. What is session layer? So if you see session layer, 5 6 7, okay, 7 should come. So option right answer should be option number C, sir. Okay, so option number C should be the right one. Okay, so if you see 101, you need to arrange in sequence. Okay, but he did not tell whether to arrange from top to bottom or bottom to top. So you need to pick that particular thing also, and you need to match this particular thing. Okay, so always you have to remember this particular thing in the sequencer. Okay, if at all you don't remember, then it will be a problem to do such kind of thing. Okay, so how we remember? Okay, so if you see first one A, second one B, third one is sorry, yes, fourth one is T, fifth one is N, sixth one is D, uh, last one is P. Okay, so you need to remember APST, first four layers, APST. So what do you mean by APST? Just remember as Andhra Pradesh State Transportation. Okay, like TDP, if you see in Andhra Pradesh you have a political party called as TDP, so instead of TDP you have to write NDP. Okay, so this is how you need to remember so that the order will come. Okay, so APST. Okay, A means application layer, P means presentation layer, S means session layer, T means transport layer. Like TDP, we have NDP, N means network layer, D means data link layer, and P means physical layer. Okay, so this is how you need to remember. Now let us move to question number 102. So let us move to question number 102. Okay, so suppose, okay, you need to arrange them in the sequence. Okay, so just arrange them in the sequence. Okay, so you have options. Okay, anyways, okay, so just read this particular question. Okay, I'll tell you the sequence. Okay, so it's little big. So this is the answer for 102. Okay, so little bit bigger. Okay, so what is the answer for 102? Okay, so the answer should be option C. Okay, just check this particular thing. It should be option C. Okay, so let us go to question number 103. The basic objective for providing network security is. Okay, I'll wait for 30 seconds. You need to pick up your answer. The basic objective for providing network security is. So generally, when we see this type of question, okay, generally our okay, we think that okay, the right answer is to safeguard assets, but okay, because you have both A and B and none of the above, so you should be careful. So why do we require network security, sir? To safeguard the assets. Okay, when I say assets, okay, it is the physical assets. Okay, so we have certain methods, okay, how to protect our okay physical computers, physical servers, etc. So that is the reason we require network security. Not only for that reason, even for the purpose of ensuring and maintaining the data integrity also, we require network security. So what are the two reasons why do we require network security? So to safeguard the assets, okay, what is the second one? To ensure and maintain the data integrity. So the answer for 103 is both A and B. Okay, the answer for 103 is both A and B. Okay, now let us move to question number 104. Dash is implemented to protect the physical system assets of an organization like personnel, hardware, facilities, supplies, and documentation. So you need to tell which type of security it is. So I hope you have picked up your answer. Simple, sir. Hardware means okay. So it should be okay. It is not logical security. Logical security is not pertains to it. It is irrelevant for hardware. So you don't have option both A and B. So none of the above will not be come to the context because physical security is the right answer. Okay. So if anything relating to hardware or supplies or facilities or documentation, so always it is a physical security. Okay. Now let us move to question number 105. Dash is intended to protect the data and information and software. So you have four options. First option is logical security. Second is physical security. Third one is both A and B. And last one is none of the above. You need to pick up your answer. So what exactly, okay, which security does protect data and information? If you see the previous question, if at all it protects the hardware, then it is called as a physical security. If at all it protects data, information and software, always it is considered as a logical security. Okay, always it is considered as logical security. Okay, so what do you mean by logical security? Logical security is nothing but how do we protect the data and information and software? Okay, so you have various methods, okay, like protection of data, okay, by authentication, etc. We can protect our data. Okay, so the right answer for question number 105 is logical security. Now let us move to question number 106. So little bit lengthy. Okay, so pick up one particular thing. Okay, because it is like it is kind of okay, what do you call, match the following. Okay, pick one particular thing, okay, which you know perfectly. For example, if you see 106, these originates, okay, mostly from inexperienced individual. Okay, so whenever it is an inexperienced individual, okay, it should be an unstructured thread. Okay, so inexperienced individual always should be an unstructured thread. Now highly technical, okay, so motivated and highly technically competent, then it should be okay unstructured thread. So okay, let us see the options. So for first one it should be C, and for the second one it should be D. Okay, let us see whether we can eliminate all the answers or not. Okay, so yes, okay, if you see question number B, first one is C and second one is D. Okay, so that means A is eliminated and C is eliminated. Okay, we need to see B and A. Okay, so what is B, sir? Okay, so sorry, what is third one? These originates from individuals or working organization outside an organization which does not have authorized access. So it should be an external threat. So for third one, it should be an external threat. So what do you mean by external threat, sir? It is nothing but an outside person enters into the network and tries to, okay, it does not have any authorization and tries to mess up with the servers. Okay, so that is called as an external threat. So which is B. Okay, so if you see the, okay, first one is C, second one is D, third one is B, and fourth one. What is the fourth one? These threats originate from individuals who have authorized access to the network. So it should be an A, which is nothing but an internal threat. Okay. So the option, okay, for this particular 106 is B. Okay. So the option is B. So let us move to question number 107. makes it necessary to save the work every half an hour, and I mean half an hour, or crash the computer every so often. Okay, so what exactly is the type of okay vulnerability? So you need to pick up what exactly the vulnerability which will crash your computer for every half an hour. So, what exactly is the vulnerability which will crash your computer for every half an hour? So, it is not timing window, it is not insecure default configuration, it is not trusting untrustworthy information. The right answer for this particular question is software bug. Okay, so what do you mean by software bug? Software bug is nothing but a program which is installed on the host system or the target. Now once you install that particular program on the target, you can do anything. Okay, you can crash a computer for every half an hour. So what exactly, okay, this particular software bug will do? Okay, we have a concept called as workaround consequences. Okay, that means once that particular bug or a program, once we install that particular program on the host system, so we can actually do anything. We can, okay, crash the computer for every half an hour, okay, etc. We can do a number of things. So the right answer for this question number 107 should be software bugs. Okay, now let us move to question number 108. So let us move to question number 108. Problem may occur when a temporary file is exploited by an intruder to gain access to the files and to overwrite important data. So, okay, so when a particular thing, okay, like a hacker exploits a temporary file on your computer, so an intruder is nothing but an hacker, okay. So a hacker or an intruder, okay, if at all he wants to try to gain access over your temporary files, what exactly that vulnerability is called as, okay. It is not software work, it is not, okay, insecure default configuration, because if you see insecure default configuration, always it pertains to a hardware, okay, so it doesn't come into this particular thing. Now trusting untrustworthy information is about the routers. Okay, so option B is not correct, option C is not correct, option D is not correct. So the right answer for, okay, question number 108 is timing window. So what do you mean by timing window? Timing window is nothing but an intruder, okay, enters into our computer and will try to access these temporary files. Okay, so that particular thing, okay, that particular vulnerability is called as timing window. Okay, now let us move to question number 109. Occurs when vendor use known default passwords to make it as easy as possible for customers to set up new systems. So you have four options. Option A, timing window. Option B, software bug. Option C, insecure default configuration. Option D, trusting untrustworthy information. Your time starts now. Okay, I hope you have picked your answer. So, what is the answer, sir? Okay, actually, okay, it's half solid. Okay, like default passwords. Okay, so default passwords, when you'll get, sir, whenever you purchase any of the hardware resources like a Wi-Fi. Now, when you purchase a Wi-Fi, so what you have to do, you have to configure that particular Wi-Fi. Okay, then only you can able to use that Wi-Fi. So at the time of configuration, most of the vendors will provide a user ID and password. For example, if at all you take Netgear, okay, so you have a default user ID as admin, password is password. Okay, so these kind of user IDs and default user IDs and passwords will be provided by the vendor, okay, so that the user should feel easy at the time of configuration or setting up. Okay, so now these particular default user IDs and passwords will be known to the intruders, and they'll try to change this particular default user IDs and password if you don't change it. Okay, so that type of vulnerability is called as insecure default configuration. Okay, so that type of vulnerability is called as insecure default configuration, sir. Okay, always insecure default configurations always pertains to an hardware which comes with a default user ID and password. So timing window is not that, because timing window is something where we exploit a temporary file. Software bug is not that, okay, because it's a program which is used for the purpose of for finding out workaround consequences. It is not that. Trusting untrustworthy information is pertaining to router. It doesn't fit into this particular context. Okay, so for 108, the right answer should be insecure default configurations. Okay, now let us move to question number 110. Occurs when routers are not programmed to verify that they are receiving information from a unique host. Bogus routers can gain access to the system and do damage. So you have four options. Option A, timing window. Option B, software bug. Option C, insecure default configuration. Option D, trusting untrustworthy information. So, what exactly is saying? Okay, if routers are not programmed properly, it will damage an network. So, what type of vulnerability it is? Okay, so it is not timing window, as I already told you. It is about exploiting of temporary file. Software bug, no. Insecure default configuration pertains to hardware unit default user IDs and passwords. So it is not that. Okay, so what's the last answer? Last one which is remaining, trusting untrustworthy information. Okay, so what do you mean by trusting and trustworthy information? It is nothing but routers should be programmed in such a way. So it has to identify what is an unique website, okay, what is a not safe website, okay. So if at all your router is not identifying that particular thing, that means it is always a vulnerable activity, okay. That means, like, let us say if at all you are downloading something, okay. Now at the time of downloading, if your router is saying, boss, it is an untrusted website, okay, so it has certain virus, okay, or it has certain harmful file, okay. So do you want to download this movie? Okay, so it will give option yes and option no. Okay, generally we'll say yes, okay, we'll not say no. Okay, but actually we should not download that particular thing. Now whether your router has informed you that it contains a harmful file, yes, okay. So if that particular message is giving, okay, by the router, that means your router is proper. If the router is not giving any information, then it leads to a vulnerability called as trusting untrustworthy information. Now let us move to question number 111, 111. Security programs involve the following steps. List the sequence of steps. Okay, so you have 8 steps. Okay, so you need to prepare in the order. Okay, you have to sequence in order. Okay, so you have other options also, but try to arrange in order. Okay, so that we'll see the answer. So it takes little time. Okay, that is the reason I'm waiting. Okay, so let us see. Okay, so what is the first option, sir? First option saying step number one is one. Okay, so asset identification. No, this is not the right answer. So option A is eliminated. Now let us see option. Okay, second one, options two. Okay, it is saying eighth one is the first step. Okay, so let us see eighth one. What is eighth one? Preparing project plan. Yes. Okay. So you have eighth one, preparing project plan. Yes, that is correct. So what is the second one, sir? So what is the second step, sir? First you prepare a plan. Then, okay, what exactly you have to do? You have to identify the asset. Okay. So the second one should be one. Okay. Now let us see options. So if you see B, okay, so C is 2, which is not correct. So, okay, this might be the right answer. Okay, so if you check the other options, okay, it should be the right answer. Okay, so option B is right answer for 111. Okay, 111. Now let us move to question number 112. List the aspects that have been involved in network security. So you have four options: privacy, message authentication and integrity, and third option is non-repudiation. Fourth option is all the above. So what are the four aspects of network security, sir? Okay, so actually we have four. Okay, but because of one we wrote two. Okay, message authentication and integrity. Okay, so what are the four network security aspects? Privacy, message authentication, integrity, non-repudiation. Okay, so what is the answer, sir? Answer for this particular thing is all of the above. Okay. So what do you mean by privacy? Privacy is nothing but confidentiality. What do you mean by confidentiality? It is nothing but if two people or two devices are transmitting the data, at that time the third person or third device should not listen to the conversation. So what do you mean by message authentication? Message authentication is nothing but one whatever, okay, sender is sending. Okay, sorry, what do you mean by message authentication? Message authentication is nothing but if the sender is sending something to the receiver should not accept the data immediately. It has to verify whether that particular sender is an authenticated one. Okay, then only it should accept that particular message. So that is called as identifying the sender, is called as message authentication. Integrity, what do you mean by integrity? Message integrity, it is called as message integrity. So what do you mean by message integrity? Message integrity is nothing but, okay, if you transmit four packets, okay, the receiver should receive the four packets. That is called as integrity. Non-repudiation is nothing but once the sender sends a message, the receiver receives a message. Okay, the sender should not say I have not sent the message. Okay, so all these four are, okay, aspects of network security. So that is the reason the option for 112 is all of the above. Okay, now let us move to question number 113. Network security protocols generally implement digital signature, cryptography, encryption techniques, D, all of the above. Okay, so for the answer for this particular thing, network security protocols implement digital signature, it implements cryptography, it implements encryption techniques as well. So the option for this particular thing is all of the above. Okay, so answer for question number 113 is option number D, all of the above. Okay, now let us move to question number 114. Dash is the practice and study of techniques for secure communication in the presence of third party called as adversaries. So option A is digital signature, option B is cryptography, option C is encryption techniques, option D is decryption. Okay, so what exactly is the answer? So it is nothing but study and practice. Okay, in the presence of third party. Okay, so what exactly is the answer, sir? Cryptography. Okay, so what exactly is the answer? Cryptography is nothing but it's a study and practice how to protect the data in the presence of third party is called as cryptography. Okay, I told you an example in the live stream. Okay, like Amazon. Okay, now if you, okay, let us say if at all you want to purchase anything from Amazon, so you become the first person. So once you select a particular goods, okay, you need to do the payment. Okay, you'll go for payment page. Okay, so at that time, what exactly Amazon website will do? It will redirect that particular, okay, web page, okay, to the banking website. Okay, so at, okay, who is the first person? The customer is the first person. Who is the second person? Bank is the second person. Okay, who is the third person? Okay, Amazon is the third person. Okay, so cryptography will not allow, okay, because it will not allow the user IDs and passwords to be stored at the Amazon server. Okay, so that particular technique is called as cryptography. Okay, so answer for question number 114 is cryptography. Now let us move to question number 115. Dash is the process of encoding messages in such a way the hacker cannot read it, but only authorized user can. You have four options: digital signatures, cryptography, encryption, decryption. So I hope you have picked up your answer. So what exactly he's saying? He's saying it's a process of encoding messages. Okay, so what do you mean by encoding messages? That means encryption. Okay, like hi, I want to transmit. Okay, I'll use a mathematical formula plus 3. Okay, like hi, h, a b c d f g h I j k. Okay, I, a b c d f g h I j k l. So instead of hi, I'll transmit k l. Okay, so what exactly I'm doing? I'm encoding a message. Okay, so what exactly, if at all a plain text is converted into an, okay, encoded message, it is nothing but encryption. So the option for question number 115 is encryption. It is not digital signature. Cryptography, there should be a third person. Decryption means, okay, so if at all you are converting an encoding message back to an plain text, that is called as decryption. So it is not that particular thing. So let us see question number 116. Dash is defined as recovery of original message from an encrypted data. Option A, digital signature. Option B, cryptography. Option C, encryption. Option D, decryption. So this, okay, so what exactly we have to do? We have to recover the original message from encrypted data. Okay, so you are, okay, converting an encrypted data or encoding code to original message, that is called as decryption. Okay, so it is not about digital signature, it is not cryptography, it is not encryption. Okay, so the answer for question number 116 is decryption. So let us see question number 117. So okay, so 117. Okay, so please read the question, then we'll see what is the answer. So first one is, it is a message that it is to be encrypted. Okay, so if you see, okay, first one, it is a message. It is a message, correct? Yeah, it is a message that it is to be encrypted. Okay, so generally plain text will be encrypted, so the option for one is D. Okay, so it is the output of encryption process. Okay, so what exactly is the output of encryption process? Okay, so that means you have a plain text and you convert it. Okay, it should be an output. So for 2 it is C. Okay, uh, let us see the third one. The art of breaking the the art of breaking the cipher is. Okay, so what exactly, when you have an cryptographic message and if at all you decipher it, okay, breaking of the cipher is, okay, decipher. Okay, so what exactly it is? Okay, okay, it is called as cryptanalysis, and the last one, the art of breaking and devising the ciphers, is called as cryptology. Okay, so you should have the right answer D, C, B, and A. Okay, so which option has that? Let us see. Okay, so D, C, B, A. So the option should be B. Okay, so this is the right option. Okay, so the answer for question number 117 should be B, D, C, B, A. Okay, now let us move to question number 118. So you need to match the following. So it appears very, very, okay, difficult, sir, but actually, okay, again, use the process of elimination, it becomes easy. I'll give you a moment, okay, so that you can pick up the answer. So I hope you have picked up your answer. So this type of questions, no, okay, try to, okay, select the right one by process of elimination. Okay, if you see, let us assume, okay, that you know the first one. Okay, in this, the algorithm used for decryption is the inverse of the algorithm used for encryption. Okay, that means, okay, if I use high plus 3, so at the time of decipher or at the time of decryption, I have to use minus 3. Okay, so for encryption, I'm using plus 3. For decryption, I'm using minus 3. So that type of, okay, thing, the type of what you call encryption is called as, okay. So that type of encryption where actually a single key is used, but at the time it should be an inverse one. So that type of encryption is secret key encryption. Okay, so for first one, inverse algorithm. So inverse algorithm, first one should be C. Okay, so let us see, okay, what option. If you see C, okay, this option, the first one is C. Okay, it might be this answer, but you have none of the above, should be careful. Okay, so in this, private key is kept by the receiver and public key is announced to the public. Okay, so this, that means you have two types of keys. Okay, so that is nothing but M public key encryption. So 2 is D. Perfect. So let us see the third one. Sorry. So let us see the third one. Okay, so actually, if you see, private key, this is one key, and public key, you have two keys. Okay, if an encryption uses two keys, then the type of encryption is called as public key encryption. Okay, now let us see the third one. This approach is typically employed in conjunction with specific applications. Okay, so you have applications means software. Okay, so the option should be B. Okay, so third one, it is B. Okay, so first one C, second one D, third one B. Okay, up to here it's right. Okay, so this approach ensures the traffic, okay, between, okay, devices available at a reasonable cost. So it should be an hardware encryption. So the option is A. So for this particular question, question number 118, the right answer is C. Okay, so this is how you need to do. Okay, please see what exactly is the word, then try to match, okay, this particular thing, but you should have a clarity. Okay, if you don't know what is secret key encryption, what do you mean by public key encryption, then it matters. That is the reason. Okay, if at all you're not sure, okay, like if at all you're not comfortable with this particular chapter 3, I suggest go to live, okay, stream, and okay, again see the particular videos, okay, then you'll feel comfortable. Okay, so if at all you have difficulty in identifying, just listen to the, okay, listen to the live stream, sir. Okay, if you just download the material and if you read, okay, you'll not get it. Okay, so you need to see the videos, okay, where I will be explaining various examples. Okay, so I suggest you to read the live, I mean see the live stream, then you come to MCQs. Okay, anyways, so let us see question number 119. List the categories of encryption and decryption methods. Okay, so you need to see categories of encryption and decryption. So option A, secret key encryption decryption method. Option B, public key encryption. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of the above. So whenever you have both A and B and none of the above, so or all of the above, should be very very careful, sir. Okay, so I hope you have, okay, select the answer. So always categories and or methods. Okay, you have two methods. So the right answer for this particular thing is, okay, both A and B. So how many encryption decryption methods you have, sir? Two: public encryption and secret key encryption. So what do you mean by secret key encryption? If a single key is used, it is called as a secret key encryption. What do you mean by public key encryption? If I use two types of keys, that is public key and private key, that is called as a public key encryption. So the option of 119 is both A and B. Now let us move to question number 110, sorry, 120. List the basic approaches used in encryption. Okay, so what are two basic approaches we have, sir? We have two basic approaches, that is hardware encryption and software encryption. So the option should be both A and B. Okay, so we have both encryptions, I mean software encryption and hardware encryption. The answer for question number 120 is C. Okay, both A and B. Now let us move to question number 121. Okay, so please, okay, try to do this particular thing, then we'll analyze options. So let us match the following. This means that the receiver is sure of sender's identity and that an imposter has not sent the messages. What do you mean by imposter? Imposter means like a person who is not an authorized person. So what should be the answer for one, sir? It should be B. Okay, so it should be B. Okay, so for one, so sender's identity. Okay, so by words only you need to pick, sir. Okay, authentication. So for one it is B. Now let us see the second one. This means that the data must arrive at the receiver exactly as it was sent. So whatever sender is sending, the receiver should receive the same. So it should be A. So B A and okay 3. Okay, this means a receiver must prove. This means okay option C, non-repudiation. So BAC. Okay, the answer should be BAC. Okay, now let us see the answers. So BAC. Okay, so if you see option number B, okay, so it is BAC. So the right answer for question number 121 is B. That is okay BAC. Now let us move to question number 122. The sender uses to encrypt the message just as a person uses her signature to sign a paper document, and receiver uses the sender to decrypt the message just as a person from memory of other person's signature. So you need to pick up in the same order. Okay, so this is a simple answer. Okay, the sender uses to encrypt the message just as a person uses her signature. That means a private one. Okay, and the receiver decrypts. Okay, from the memory. It should be the public one. So the order, okay, is also important. So which is the order? Private key and public key. So this is the order. Okay, which we need to pick up. Okay, so this is the right answer, sir. So for 122, okay, the right answer is A. Now let us move to question number 123. Dash is used for encryption and also used for decryption. So again, it should be in the same order. So encryption, what exactly we use, sir? So generally for encryption, we use a private key. For decryption, we use a public key. Okay, generally, if you see an MCA website, okay, when you upload a form, okay, you use a digital signature. That's a private key, a person signature. Okay, so using that particular hexa code, okay, it has an hexa type of cryptography. So using that particular hexa code, the entire form will be encrypted and it will be transmitted to MCA, okay, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Okay, so once they receive, they use a public key for the purpose of decrypting. Okay, so it uses two types of keys, okay, like private key and public key. So the answer for 123 is also option number A. Okay, so that is private key and public key. Okay, so this is 123. Now let us move to question number 124. So match the following. Okay, I'll give you a moment. Okay, try to identify. Sorry. So it's little lengthy, so that is the reason I'm waiting. So let us see. Match the following. This provides strong authentication and secure communication. Okay, authentication and secure communication. So which will provide, sir? Okay, it is SSH. So you have four options. D, okay, is eliminated because for one it is A. Okay, so D, C is eliminated. Sorry, C, option C is eliminated. So remove it. Okay, so you have none of the above. Let us first compare one and two. Okay, then we'll go to the none of the above. Okay, so this is a computing network protocol for accessing and managing files on a remote file. Okay, or remote machines. Okay, so it is SFTP. So option is B. So if you see one and two, both are B. Now let us see the third one. It is a communication protocol for secure communication over a computer network with especially wide deployment on the internet. Okay, so internet. Okay, generally we use a protocol called as an, okay, HTTPS. So option is D. Okay, so here there is a change. Third one, C and D. So the right answer should be B. Okay. Anyways, we'll see the C one, C also. Okay. So for third one, it is HTTPS. Okay. For fourth one, this is essentially a protocol that provides a secure channel between internet and intranet. Okay. We studied in live stream. Okay. So internet and intranet. Okay. So that type of protocol is C, that is called as secure socket layer. So the option should be B. So 124 option is B. Now let us move to question number 125. So is used to secure online credit card transactions, system logins, and any sensitive information exchanged online to secure email, web, and applications like Outlook, Web Access, Exchange, and Office Communication Server to secure the connection between an email client such as Microsoft Outlook and an email server such as Microsoft Exchange. So what exactly is the protocol? Okay, so you have four options. Okay, so I hope you have selected the right answer. Simple, sir. Any sensitive information exchange. Okay, that means it is secure socket layer. Okay, so secure socket layer protects your user IDs and passwords. That is the reason whenever you use any of the banking websites, especially banking websites. Okay, so whenever you use your user ID and password, the password will expand. Okay, why the password will expand, sir? Okay, it uses secure socket layer, and in that particular thing, it uses an encryption. Okay, so what happens, your password will be encrypted like 252 or 512 times. Okay, and it will be transmitted over your internet. So even if a hacker gets that encrypted file, it takes around 70 years for him to decrypt. Okay, so it's not possible, practically possible to decrypt. So right answer for this particular thing should be a secure socket layer. So answer is secure socket layer. Okay, now let us move to question number 126. Dash is a device or a software application that monitors network or system activities for malicious activities or policy violations and produces reports to a management station. So option 1 is IDS, option B is firewall, option C is network access control, option D is, that is, anti-malware. So question number 126. So generally, okay, it's a software application. What is a software application that monitors malicious activities? Okay, so it is not firewall. Firewall is something which protects from, okay, public network. Network access control is just about granting authentication and authorization. Anti-malware is about malicious software. So the right answer for question number 126 is IDS. What is IDS, sir? Intrusion detection system. It's nothing but an application software that monitors the system activities. Okay, so answer for question number 126 is intrusion detection system. Now let us move to question number 127. Dash is placed on a network to analyze the traffic in search of unwanted or malicious events on the wire between hosts. So you have NID, HID, hybrid intrusion detection system, none of the above. So I hope you have okay selected the answer. So we are studying question number sorry, we are studying question number 127. Okay, so you need to analyze the traffic for what purpose? For the purpose of identifying malicious event on wire between hosts. Okay, so on wire between hosts means that you have sender and receiver. Okay, they will be called as hosts only. Okay, sender and receiver. Okay, so how the sender and receiver are connected using a wire. Okay, so if at all you want to analyze the traffic on the wire, so which intrusion detection system you have to use? Okay, so you need to okay use an intrusion detection system called as network intrusion detection system. Generally, this particular component, okay, will identify or analyze the traffic when the data is transmitted over a wire. Okay, so NID. It is also called as packet sniffer. So sometimes they may ask you in the exam, what do you mean by packet sniffing? Okay, so don't think that it is out of syllabus. It is nothing but they are asking you to write network intrusion detection system. So that is 127 answer. Now let us move to question number 128. Dash are designed to monitor, detect, and respond to user and system activities and attack on a given host. So option A, NID, option B, HID, option C, hybrid intrusion detection system, option D, none of the above. Okay, so if you see this particular thing, okay, attack on a given host. Okay, so if you see the earlier one, between host means between sender and receiver. On a given host means on a particular host. Okay, so the answer for this question number 128 is host based intrusion detection system. Always, okay, it monitors, detects, and if at all it identifies any malicious software, it responds to that particular thing. Okay, so the answer for question number 128 is post intrusion detection system. Okay, now let us move to question number 129. Offers management of and alert notification from both network and host based intrusion detection system. So option A, NID, and option B, HID, option C, hybrid intrusion detection system, option D, none of the above. So what exactly, okay, is the answer for question number 129? Okay, so it works as an network and host, sorry. Okay, so it should be an hybrid intrusion detection system. So the answer for question number 129 is hybrid intrusion detection system. Okay, now let us move to question number 130. You are supposed to identify whether the statement is a right statement or wrong. Okay, host based intrusion detection system detects outsider misuse, while network intrusion detection system NID detects inside misuse. Is it right or wrong? So it's a wrong answer, sir. Why? Because so host intrusion detection system not outsider, it is insider. Network intrusion detection system, it is not insider, outsider. So the answer for this statement is incorrect. Okay. So question number 130, answer is B, incorrect. Now let us move to question number 131. Dash is a device that forms a barrier between a secure and an open environment when the latter environment is considered hostile. So you have four options. First one is IDS, second one is firewall, third one is network access control, and fourth one is okay anti-malware. So I hope you have picked up your answer. So it should form a barrier, okay, between a secure environment. What do you mean by secure environment? Generally, it is considered as a private one, okay, and an open environment. What do you mean by open environment? It's nothing but internet. So it should form a barrier between a private network and a public network. So what exactly is the answer, sir? The answer for question number 131 should be firewall. Okay, so firewall forms a barrier between a private and public network. So private is considered as a secure environment, whereas a public, okay, or internet is considered as an open environment. Okay, so the answer for question number 131 is firewall. Now let us move to question number 132. Dash products enforces security policies by granting only security policy complainant devices access to network assets. Option A IDS, option B firewall, option C network access control, option D anti malware. So what exactly is saying, sir? Okay, it enforces security policy. Okay, so by granting. Okay, so which enforces security policy by granting authentication and authorization. Okay, so it is called as network access control. So it is not IDS. IDS only monitors. Firewall forms a barrier. Anti-malware is nothing but a software which eliminates malicious software. So what is the right answer after elimination? Network access controls. Now, these network access controls are required for the purpose of granting any access to the resources. So, the right answer is network access controls. Now, let us move to question number 133. Dash is a software based approach that prohibits access to certain websites that are deemed inappropriate by the management. Option A firewall, option B intrusion detection system, option C anti malware, option D site blocking. So, okay, it's a software-based approach. Okay, what exactly it does? It okay prohibits access to certain websites that are deemed inappropriate by the management. So the concept is called as site blocking. Okay, so site blocking is an concept or a software-based approach where the organization will not allow you to access certain websites. Like let us say in an organization they will not allow you to access Facebook. Okay, so always they allow you to access certain .gov file, .gov websites or .org websites like org ici.org. Okay, so they allow you to see your website, okay, and .gov, like gst.gov.in, okay. So these websites you can access, but not, okay, facebook.com, okay, gmail.com, no, okay. So why they will not allow you to access this particular website? Because if at all they allow you Facebook, okay, so you will be always on Facebook rather than working. So that is the reason, okay, they use site blocking, okay, to eliminate that particular concept. That is a secondary one. Actually, the primary reason being, if you they allow you, okay, there will be certain unwanted software which will be automatically installed, okay. So that is the reason they will not allow you any social networking websites, okay. It's not safe, okay. So you might be thinking that these social networking websites are safe. No, okay, it is not safe, okay. So okay, that is the reason you should not okay, some people, okay, so if at all they go to movie, they'll take a selfie and put it on the Facebook website, okay. No, okay, you should not do all that particular things, okay. Anyways, question number 134. Dash is an umbrella term used to refer to a variety of forms of hostile or intrusive softwares, including computer virus, worms, trojan horse, and other malicious programs, okay. So option A, firewall; option B, intrusion detection system; option C, anti-malware; and option D is site blocking. So, okay, it is nothing but an umbrella term, okay, which is used to refer variety of software. So the option for question number 134 is anti-malware, okay. So instead of calling every malicious software with a name, okay, we use an umbrella term. Umbrella term is nothing but a common term, okay. So common term, instead of putting, okay, like namakarnam of every malicious software, it is not possible. So every malicious software we call it as anti-malware, okay. So question number 134 answer is C. Now let us move to question number 135, okay. So dash refers to the activities, method, procedures, and tools that pertains to operation, administration, maintenance, and provision of network system. It is already there, it is called as network management, okay. Now let us move to question number 136, okay. So what do you mean by FCAPS, which I, okay, already explained you uh, in network security as a miscellaneous question. FCAPS: F means fault management, C means configuration management, A means accounting management, P means performance, and S means security management, okay. So this is about 136. Now let us move to question number 137. Identifies and isolates network issues, proposes problem resolution, and subsequently log the issues and associated resolution. So option A is fault management, option B is accounting management, option C is performance management, option D is security management. So what exactly is the answer for question number 137? So okay, this is also easy. Like it should identify the problem. Okay, so it should identify the problem and it has to do a problem resolution. That means answer to the problem. So the option should be a fault management. Okay, so 137 is fault management. Accounting management is something pertaining to, okay, uh, the consumption of resources. Performance, okay, is about, okay, like let us say if I send a request, within how much time that server is, okay, giving me the response. That type is called as performance management. Security management doesn't fit in it, okay. So the answer for question number 137 is fault management. Now let us move to question number 138. Dash is concerned with tracking network utilization information such that individual user departments or business units can be appropriately billed or charged. So I hope you have picked up your answer. So tracking network utilization, okay, so that is what I'm saying, okay, like accounts department is using a server, okay. So how do we book the expenditure, like okay, in the log in the audit trail, okay, I explained in live stream, okay. In audit trail you have logout login, okay. Logout minus login, you'll get the resource consumption, okay. So that is called as accounting management, okay. It is not fault management, it is not performance management, it is not security. So it is always an accounting management, okay. So let us so the answer for question number 138 is B, accounting management. Now let us move to question number 139. Includes, okay, so includes including managing network authentication, authorization, auditing, such both internal and external users only have access to appropriate network resources. So what exactly is the answer? So generally, okay, so whenever you have authentication and authorization, okay, so which one you pick, sir? So authentication authorization, simple sir, security management. Okay, so it is not fault management, it is not accounting management, performance management. Authentication and authorization pertains to security. Okay, it comes with security management. So I hope you know authentication. Authentication means verifying the subject. Okay, authorization means which subject can access which resource. Okay, so that is the difference. So always authentication and authorization pertains to security. So what exactly is that? It is called as security management. Now let us move to question number 140. Dash is the network that serves as the backbone for the World Wide Web. Okay, so here from here we'll go a little bit faster. So okay, so Dash is the network that serves as a backbone for the World Wide Web. Okay, so option is, so it is internet. Okay, so internet. Okay, so you know better than me. So internet, okay, is the backbone for www. Okay, now let us move to question number 141. Dash is used to distribute data or information to employees to make a shared data or files available to manage a project within the company. When you are doing MCQs in exam, please go through each and every word. Please take a pencil and put a pointer on that particular word. Okay, go word by word. Okay, because words makes the difference here. Okay, so don't just read and leave. Okay, take a pencil, put a point, is used, is to distribute data or information. So this is how you need to do. MCQ should be very very careful. If you okay select the wrong answer, 1 mark, okay. So getting 1 mark in IT and SM is very very difficult, sir, okay. So actually they made our life very easy, okay, by putting these MCQs, because easily we can identify the answers, okay. And thank god there is no concept of negative marking, okay, or else, okay, so it is very very difficult, okay. So answer for question number 141. Okay. So within the company, simple sir. Okay. Go with the words. Okay. Within the company. Within the company is always intranet. Okay. So intranet always is within the company. So let us move to question number 142. Allows business partners to exchange information by giving limited access to company servers and access only to the data necessary to conduct a supply chain exchange within the company. So you are allowing the business partners, okay, so you are allowing the business partners with a limited access, okay. That means, okay, business partners can enter into the organization network, but can they see all the data? No, you are limiting the access. So which network supports this particular thing? Okay, it is nothing but an extranet, okay. So extranet is nothing but an extension of intranet. So intranet, in intranet only the persons who are the employees of the organization will be, okay, using it, okay. But if you see extranet something where the business partners can also see it, okay. So the answer for question number 142 is extranet. Now let us see, okay, 143, okay. So 143, it converts a digital bit to analog signal, so which we already know. So what exactly, which device will convert that? Okay, digital to analog, it is, okay, question number 143, it is modem, okay. So what exactly modem refers to? Question number 144. Modem refers to modulation and demodulation. So 144 is CA. Now let us move to question number 145. The computer is connected to a device that converts digital packets and analog signals that can pass unhindered over a telephone line is called as. So it's simple, sir. Digital subscriber line. Okay, whenever you are using a telephone line, it is called as DSL line. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so question number 146. Okay, Dash provides an electronic discussion forum and bulletin boards system formed and managed by thousands of special interest news group. So you have certain groups like ICA club, okay, ICA club, okay, or you have certain groups where they discuss about the common interest. Okay, so which network will provide that particular concept? Simple, sir, internet. Okay, so internet only, sorry, not extranet. Internet will provide that concept. Okay, now let us move to question number 147. List the business uses of internet. So you can do electronic commerce, you can collaborate with the business partners, you can do strategical business and alliances. Okay, so the option is D, all of the above. So for question number 147, option is D. Now let us move to question number 148. Dash are being used as a platform for developing and deploying critical business applications to support business operations and managerial decisions. So question number 148. So internal network only. When we are talking about business operations, etc., always it is intranets. Okay, internal network. So the answer for question number 148 is okay, intranets. Now let us move to question number 149. Publishing of various information products such as company's newsletter, technical drawings, product catalogs in a variety of ways, including hypermedia, web pages, email, net broadcasting, is done through dash and dash. So the option for this is okay, again, intranets and web publishing. Okay, web publishing is nothing but like internally we maintain certain websites. If at all you want to convey any message, like there's a party, okay, so you will be converting, or there is an like conclave, okay, so where all the people will come and okay talk technical things. Okay, so that type, if you want to do, okay, you have to use an internet and you have to publish that particular thing. Okay, so for question number 149, answer is intranets and web publishing. Okay. Now let us move to question number 150. Okay, so Dash are network links that uses internet technologies to interconnect the intranet of business with the intranets of its customer supplies or other businesses suppliers. So the option you okay, can recognize. Okay, if at all you are allowing business partners, it is extranet. Question number 150. The answer is C. Okay, now let us move to question number 151. So you need to select the right answer. Dash enables a company to offer new kinds of interactive web-based services to their business partners. So again, business partners is involved. A simple sir extranet. Okay, so the option is extranet. Okay, so let us move to question number 152. Facilitates an online interactive product development, marketing, and customer focused process that can bring better design products to market faster. So option 152. So this is also okay an extranet concept. Okay, So it facilitates online or interactive product deployments. Okay, so the option is B. Now let us move to question number 153. An organization uses dash to communicate public information about itself to members of the organization and to others outside the organization. So both internal and external. So the option is internet. Okay, so internet is the option because you have both inside and outside. Now let us move to question number 154. An organization uses to share information between the members of the organization. So between the members of the organization, always it is intranet. Okay, so it is always intranet. So question number 154, option is internet. So organization uses to exchange information, okay, with and provide services to their business partners. Okay, again, okay, see, we want to cover everything. That is the reason we change the sentences, but the answers will be same. Okay, so business partners 155. Okay, so the option is, okay, extranet. Now let us go to question number 156. Okay, so you need to select, okay, list the rules of extranet used by the dynamic environment which presents the clear business needs. Okay, so the option is D. Okay, so all 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, just read them. Okay, so please remember this particular thing. Okay, so be as a flexible as business, deploy in internet time, protect the interests of the data owner, serve the partners as a customer, drive information to the decision maker. 156, option is D. Now let us move to question number 157. List the values provided by the telecommunications. So the option is, okay. So don't, okay. Most of the people will be writing option D, all of the above. No, sir. Okay, it is option A. Okay, it's a trick. Okay, so please remember. Okay, one of the use is an increased in the efficiency of the operations. Okay. Now let us move to question number 157. Telecommunications may provide these values through. So again, most of the people will go for option D. No, it is about time compression. Okay, so 158, option is A. Now let us move to question number 159. Refers to the use of technology to enhance the processing of commercial transaction between between company, its customer and its business partners. So whenever we see this particular question, okay, we'll go for e-commerce. Okay, but whenever you have both A and B and none of the above, should be very careful. So the option is both A and B. Whether if you take e-commerce or m-commerce, okay, it provides an platform between company, its customer and business partners. Okay, the option is both A and B. List the benefits of e-commerce. So it will reduce the time to complete the business transaction. Yes, it creates a new market and reduction in the inventory. So the option is all of the above. Now let's move to last question 161. List the risks involved in e-commerce. So this is one of the question you need to read. Okay, what are the risks that are involved in e-commerce? Okay, so it's a very important question. So the answer is all of the above. Okay, so there might be problem of anonymity, a non-recognition of electronic transactions, lack of audit trails. Okay, so the option is, okay, D, all of the above. So with this, we have completed, okay, 161 MCQs in chapter 3. Okay, so these particular MCQs were designed in such a way, okay, by reading each and every sentence of your study material. Okay, so most of, like, 95% we have okay, covered everything. Okay, there might be a little bit of repetition, but it's worth, okay, repeating that particular question. That is the reason we repeated. Okay, so we have put so much of effort actually. Okay, not me, okay, one of CA qualified girl has did this particular MCQs. Okay, because if I create MCQs, okay, like I might be ending up with the questions that are there in, okay, like written notes. Okay, so I asked her to prepare these particular MCQs. She has done a fabulous work, and with okay, very care she could able to do it. Okay, there might be little bit of mistakes because of copy and paste. I'm extremely sorry for that. Okay, only one question there was a small mistake. Okay, so except that, okay, we covered I mean the entire chapter 3 and we have completed. Okay, so uh, those who have any doubt etc, or okay, so if you feel that one more revision is required, so I always okay recommend to go to the live stream and see the videos again. Okay, if at all you have doubt. Okay, so if you don't have a doubt, then it's fine. Okay, you can move to the next chapter. Okay, so in the coming days, okay, I'll be uploading okay chapter 4 MCQs. Okay, so please share, okay, and please subscribe, please like. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Let us meet okay in the next class. Thank you.